Everybody tells me you're doing great, if only they knew how many times I almost didn't make it here. I've learned to shake hands, laugh at the jokes, answer I'm good, then drive home with a heart that feels like it's falling apart. I don't cry in public, I don't want pity, I don't want sympathy. I just don't know how to explain a pain that has no bandages. So I lock the door, sit in the dark and let the tears say everything I couldn't. How many people are surviving in silence, waiting for someone to notice a smile? It's getting heavier. I cry when nobody's watching, that's where the truth finds me. I cry when nobody's watching, where every mask finally falls away. I cry when nobody's watching, then wipe my face before the morning comes, so the world never knows how hard I fought to stay. There's a younger version of me who believed life would make sense by now. Sometimes I wonder what I'd tell him if we could meet again. Maybe I'd say you won't become fearless, you'll become faithful enough to keep moving anyway. I tell him that broken hearts still beat, that unanswered prayers don't always mean you're unheard, that some victories look like choosing another sunrise when the night begged you to disappear. If tears are weakness, why do they leave me feeling light and maybe crying? Isn't falling apart, maybe it's the heart making room to keep beating. I cry when nobody's watching, but I stand when everybody is. Not because the pain is gone, because hope refused to leave with it. I cry when nobody's watching, yet every tear waters the courage to try again. If tomorrow asks whether I'm ready, I'll answer no, but I'm coming anyway. If you've ever cried but nobody could hear you, you are not weak, you are living through something most people will never see. And the fact that you're still here means a story. Yeah. Sometimes I sit inside the car long after I've made it home. Engine off, radio silent, hands locked around the steering wheel like I'm waiting for the courage to walk through my own front door. The hardest part is pretending the weight stayed outside, but pain has a way of following you into every room. I tell myself, just hold it together. One more hour, one more conversation, one more smiling till the person holding everyone else together starts falling apart when nobody's around. Yeah, I've memorized what disappointment sounds like. It doesn't yell, it whispers, it tells you you're too late, too broken, too ordinary, too far behind. For years, I believed every sentence until one morning I realized that voice had never once predicted my future correctly. It only repeated my worst fears like they were facts. Now I'm learning not every thought deserves my trust. Some belong to yesterday, not tomorrow. Yeah. The people who say, stay strong, never explain how heavy strength can become some days. I don't need another speech, I don't need another quote. I just need permission to admit that I'm tired of carrying expectations, tired of pretending the pressure doesn't hurt, tired of convincing myself that asking for help means I've somehow failed. Maybe honesty isn't weakness, maybe it's the first step toward finally breathing again. If tears could leave fingerprints, every pillow would know my story, every midnight would recognize my name. I've had conversations with the ceiling that nobody else will ever hear. Woo! Questions without answers, prayers without certainty, dreams still waiting for the season, yet every sunrise keeps finding me alive. Maybe that's hope, not loud enough to erase the pain, but strong enough to outlast it. One day, people might look at my life and call it resilience. They'll never know how many ordinary moments almost became endings, how many quiet victories changed everything. Choosing to answer one more call, choosing to get out of bed, choosing to believe that today's heartbreak doesn't own tomorrow's future. Those decisions won't make headlines, but they build me piece by piece, breath by breath, until I someone who could stand even with tears still drying on my face. If you ever cried when nobody could hear, if you've ever smiled while your heart was breaking, if you've ever felt like the strongest person in the room and the loneliest one too, don't let tonight convince you your story is finished. The chapter hurts, but the book is still being written. And sometimes the people who cry when nobody's watching become the ones who help somebody else believe they can survive too. Sometimes I sit inside the car long after I made it home. Engine off, radio silent, hands locked around the steering wheel like I'm waiting for the courage to walk through my own front door. The hardest part is pretending the weight stayed outside, but pain has a way of following you into every room. I tell myself, just hold it together. One more hour, one more conversation, one more smile, until the person holding everyone else together starts falling apart when nobody's around. Oh, when nobody's around. Yeah. I've memorized what disappointment sounds like. It doesn't yell, it whispers, it tells you you're too late, too broken, too ordinary, too far behind. For years, I believed every sentence, until one morning I realized that voice had never once predicted my future correctly. It only repeated my worst fears like they were facts. Now I'm learning, not every thought deserves my trust. Some belong to yesterday, not tomorrow. The people who say, stay strong, never explain how heavy strength can become. Some days I don't need another speech, I don't need another quote. I just need permission to admit that I'm tired of carrying expectations, tired of pretending the pressure doesn't hurt, tired of convincing myself that asking for help means I've somehow failed. Maybe honesty isn't weakness, maybe it's the first step toward finally breathing again. If tears could leave fingerprints, every pillow would know my story. Every midnight would recognize my name. I've had conversations with the ceiling that nobody else will ever hear. Questions without answers, prayers without certainty, dreams still waiting for their season. Yet every sunrise keeps finding me alive. Maybe that's hope, not loud enough to erase the pain, but strong enough to outlast it. Whoa. Yeah, one day people might look at my life and call it resilience. They'll never know how many ordinary moments almost became endings, how many quiet victories changed everything. Choosing to answer one more call, choosing to get out of bed, choosing to believe that today's heartbreak doesn't own tomorrow's future. Those decisions won't make headlines, but they built me piece by piece, breath by breath, until I became someone who could stand even with tears still drying on my face. If you've ever cried when nobody could hear, if you've ever smiled while your heart was breaking, if you've ever felt like the strongest person in the room and the loneliest one too, don't let tonight convince you your story is finished. The chapter hurts, but the book is still being written. And sometimes the people who cry when nobody's watching become the ones who help somebody else. And the world looks away, that's when my heart tells the truth. When the room goes quiet, the tears finally stop pretending. I don't fall apart in front of everybody. I save the storm for the nights nobody remembers. People think courage looks like standing tall. Sometimes courage looks like surviving one more ordinary day. They celebrate the version of me that keeps showing up. They never meet the version who sits alone, wondering how much longer he can keep carrying everything in silence. I became an expert at saying I'm alright, not because it was true, because it was easier. then explaining the weight nobody could see. How many smiles have hidden a breaking heart? How many people walk beside us, needing one reason not to give up? When the world looks away, I finally stop pretending. Every tear carries a story my mouth could never explain. When the world looks away, I remember that surviving still counts as progress. Maybe tomorrow we'll understand what today couldn't. I thought getting older would answer the questions. Instead, it gave me new ones. I carry dreams long after they stopped making sense. Not because I couldn't let go, because I still believe there had to be another chapter. I've learned that hope rarely arrives like fireworks. Sometimes it enters quietly, like a heartbeat, refusing to disappear. There were mornings I looked in the mirror, searching for the person I used to be. Then I realized maybe I'm not supposed to find him. Maybe I'm supposed to become someone who knows how to carry pain without letting it become my identity. Not stronger because nothing hurts stronger, because I keep choosing to move forward even when it does. The feeling moves slowly, then I'll walk slowly. If hope whispers, I'll listen closely. I refuse to confuse a difficult season with a defeated life. One day, people might call me resilient. They'll never know how many quiet decisions built that word. The mornings I got out of bed, even when my heart wanted to stay hidden. The nights I chose tomorrow instead of surrender. The moments nobody applauded, those were the moments that changed me. Not all victories make headlines, some simply happen inside a soul that refuses to stop believing. When the world looks away, I'm still fighting, still hoping, still becoming. Every tear watered something I couldn't see at the time. When the world looks away, the pain feels honest, but so does the hope. And tonight, hope wins one more time. If your heart feels heavy today, don't mistake the wait for the ending. Sometimes the strongest stories are written by people who kept walking long after they wanted to stop.